Okay. Kaori is because I'm presuming they all stayed in tents. Um, she's out of the tents. Uh, just like away from the tents, but not too far away from them. And she's not doing anything. She's just kind of looking up at the stars and thinking, amazing.
Amnita, she was like, well, I don't presume she was doing much, to be honest. She just didn't really want to go to bed yet. She looks over at Carrie's direction, and she kind of like pauses for a moment and thinks. Because, like, she doesn't really know what went on. She's still kind of dazed from the entire situation that just happened. But Carrie kind of seemed like she was going through it. And despite not really liking her all that much, she does want to make sure that Carrie's okay. So she does, like, hesitantly walk over, sit beside her, not like directly, just like kind of closely. And I don't know, just sits and is like, um, are you okay?
Hmm. Eh, I'm not too sure. Um, a lot of things have happened within the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she hasn't stopped looking at the stars. She hasn't looked at Amnita even once.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, a lot has occurred. It, you seem to be being hit by it really hard, though. I assume something happened, especially with what happened just now with the. I don't even know how to describe it. You were turning into plush?
I kind of felt like I was essentially not dying, but I wouldn't have been living
Mm,
if I would count as living.
well, you 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 walk and you talk and you have thoughts. You have I assume you have thoughts. I don't not really seeing that in action for myself that much.
She
But I
laughs
s-
for the record.
how would it count that as living?
I guess. I mean, so long as I'm around and quote unquote existing and getting to do all that, it counts as living. It's just, it's not in the way I expected. I don't remember being this way because I was made to think differently.
Huh. Guess I can kind of understand that.
I mean, my whole life was a lie. It's not even just a portion of it. I mean, it was all just illusion, as a certain someone at some point wanted to say. I'm it was kind of like a delusion. I mean, it wasn't all
Hmm.
just me, and it was someone else's influence. But I mean, so long, years and years and years of it not actually being true to anything. You know, Asana didn't even believe in Santa and was like, Santa can't possibly be real. And he wasn't. He wasn't real. Not that I'm gonna tell her that I think that's right.
Um, yeah. She looks away. She starts looking up at the stars as well, and she's like, I oh, I really do understand the part about everything being a lie. I oh, it's really hard to cope with and battle through.
I mean, how are you supposed to even think about it or deal with it? I mean, other than just existing, I guess. I don't know how I'm supposed to think about it.
Well, what I did when I ran away from the church and my father and my life, I kind of didn't have a person to be because everything that I had been told was what I was. I didn't get a say. I was what they said. And that sounds a little bit like what you're going through. So what I did was I had to craft my new self. I had to figure out who I was and exactly what that meant. It doesn't come very easy.
I'm sure it doesn't. I that's not being mean, by the way. I meant that genuinely. I just I'm not sure how to do that. I know that's part of the process, but there's she pauses when she says this and like debates if she actually wants to say it, but ultimately says it anyway. You know, with the implication that I'm a doll and that I whatever that was started to happen to me, it makes me wonder. Not only are all the people I knew, no matter what my connection to them were, they must not have been real. Or at least not in the sense I thought they were. I mean, for all I know, they could have just been delusions anyway. Whatever. But even if they were tangible, what if they've experienced the same thing I have? And it's not like they have anything to help them. I mean, even if we had leftovers, we don't know where they are. We don't have leftovers. And 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 I might never see them again. And that's decades of my life of people that I wasn't friends with, so to speak. But it was the only connection I had. And I don't have anything else. I can't blame anyone else for that. But I don't know. It's like cold water on my face. What am I supposed to do? Continue to exist, I guess.
Well, what else can you do, I suppose? I guess I didn't really think about what might have happened to everyone else that was like in quotes like you. It must be hard to come to terms with that. I don't think I even have the words to say for this. That's such a specific experience, and I'm really sorry you have to go through that alone, Kaori. That's awful.
I can't blame anyone but myself for that. I don't even know if I'm sad about it. I mean, as much as I had a connection, so to speak, and she says it with like annoyance with Koharu, that orange elf. I
Mm.
don't know if she were still around, so to speak. If I'd even want to be around her. I mean, as much as Asana and I don't get along, she rounds up my party. Even if she was under the influence of some god, she rounds up my party, spits on them, and kicks them around. I mean, even if she was under the influence of someone else, I don't know if I can. Even then, I don't know if I have any feelings about that. Does it mean anything for her to disappear from my life? I don't think it does. I wish it did. It kind of doesn't. And that's more or less the consequences of my own actions.
I I guess so. Why, if this isn't too personal of me to ask, why is it that you don't have any of those connections?
Hmm.
Did did you push everyone away? Did you just not really like everyone, or is it a fault of your own?
I mean, ultimately, it would always be a fault of my own, no matter what. But
Uh,
I don't know if I would say it was anything in particular. I think I don't hate anyone usually. There's maybe a few people I dislike. It's not like I pushed people like Koharu away when I could have been connected to them. I think I just didn't. As stupid as this is gonna sound, I didn't make the connection the right way, and that's on me. I can't even grieve it, because it hardly means anything at all. I feel like Koharu would probably feel the same way as well.
hmm. It's it's important to have connections like those. I'm not really saying that I fault you for not having them, I guess, but
No, you can. It's okay. She 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 looks over to her and she's trying to like gesture like it's you can say it. I'm an asshole. I know. I spend half my life being an asshole.
but if you know, then why are you still like she takes a hand and like vaguely gestures up and down Carrie. Why are you still like that? Why are you not trying to be friends with anybody?
I don't I don't know. Maybe it's not an active thought, which is somehow what makes it feel worse. Maybe it's stuck in habit or something stupid like that. I wish I could break out of the habit. Maybe one day I will. But
Does it up does it upset you that no one in the party would care if you had like died? I mean, they've all said it. Everyone's said it really clear. I think you've even gotten death threats a couple of times. Does it really not bother you? Does it not make you want to make an active change?
she kind of looks away. It it does, but I feel like I'm stuck, which is stupid. It's so fucking stupid. I feel like I'm having a harder time than I should be, which is again out of my own whatever the fuck it is. I don't know if what's driving me to be this way is an influence of something from my past or something else. Or maybe there's just something wrong with me. Not that that's something to be pitied for. I'd like to not be this way. I'd like to hope one day I could not be this way, but that doesn't change how things are now. And maybe I'm not trying hard enough.
Harry,
Maybe I'm just. Maybe I'm being complacent. Maybe that's what it always is complacency. Which is
Carrie,
worse.
have
Yes.
have you ever been shown compassion? Has anybody really ever come up to you and been nice to you? I don't, because it's a learned thing to be nice to someone and to want to make connections. It's something you learn. Have you never had someone be nice to you in a genuine way?
I, I mean, I. I feel like it's a difficult question for me to answer now. I mean, before, I'm sure my answer would have just been Santa Claus. Clearly, that's not true. And as much as I'd like to say that I'm sure there have been people that have approached me genuinely, I think she kind of pauses again. I feel as though you've approached me genuinely, even if things are difficult.
I've tried to.
It's it feels as though it's from my end. I can't blame anyone else. I mean, I could have if I was younger. Maybe I could have, But I mean, I'm older than I'm older than several people in this party. I'm older than I should be to be able to give myself that reasoning.
You are.
So even if that was the reasoning, which I'm not sure, even if it was though, I it wouldn't. She doesn't really know how to phrase it. It wouldn't make it like it wouldn't make it so that people can just forgive me and love me and go, ooh, for you. I don't really want people to pour you towards me anyway. Not that I hate the connection, I just. Ugh. Ugh.
Hmm. I think. I think you should really get on making that change. I don't. I have words of advice to give you, Kaori, but at the soul heart of it, and I think you know it too. I think you know that you just need to make a change. You need to start actively wanting to be, I don't know, less annoying, maybe? In the nicest way I can say it. I don't want to be mean to you. I don't want to kick you whilst you're down. I care. I honestly, I don't think I should, because I think you've not done anything worthy of me caring about, but you're upset and you're going through something that I can somewhat relate to, and I feel really bad. And I want you to have people that care about you. I want this party to be upset if something ever happened to you.
She kind of looks down. I I do want to make that change. And this is gonna sound like a stupid statement, but I would hope that even just a little bit, there's a change right now from how I would have been before. Because I think before I might not have said anything to you at all.
Mm.
I think I would have just said, I think I would have ignored you. And it's not good enough. It isn't. But I I know I probably shouldn't say it like this, but I do worry maybe I can't make that change fast enough. And that's my fault again, but I mean, it's just so frustrating towards, it's a frustration towards myself. If that makes any sense at all.
No, no, it does. I oh, believe me, I do. I understand. And to think that there's been such a minor change already, I think that means you know that huh, how do I put this? I think it means that you know that
Self awareness?
huh?
So, self awareness?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Is I don't mean to keep asking you questions, and if it feels like I'm trying to get you to do all the work for me, then you can just like throw me in a puddle, I guess. But how do you, even if you have that want to change, how do you make that change? How do you, just thinking it isn't enough? I don't think.
Oh, in oh, I guess I've never really thought about it. When I left the church, I immediately knew what I wanted to be and how I wanted to go about it. I suppose you don't have that same thought. I guess I guess at the very least set a goal for yourself to reach at the very end. And then little by little just start taking steps out of what you would usually do to achieve that. So you would usually pester Asana every other moment. I'm not saying stop pestering Asana, because I think not to make it sound like I I don't like Asana, because I do, but I think instead of generally annoying her and saying horrible things to her, because I know that you do, I think it could turn more into playful teasing. Like, just be nicer about it, and be nicer to everyone else. Maybe try to talk to people a little bit more as well, as much as you can try to. I think you could talk to Yuuji a little bit. I think he might know more about that situation with you earlier than I could say for the the whole autonomy thing, and I think he would get it.
Yeah. She looks I think she's still staring at the ground. I kind of don't remember where she's looking, but she's looking from away from Amnita at the very least. Um, and for the record, she's kind of hung up for a variety of reasons. She does want to make that connection with Yuuji. With the mention of Asana, Amnita doesn't know. Amnita doesn't know, and with the mention of it, she's so it's I I think I'd like to make that connection. And I would hope that they wouldn't. I mean, I can't sit there and insist that they become friendly with me or whatever, but I can hope for it. I want to try. I do. I do.
Wanting to try is good. Wanting to try is good, but I I really don't want to underplay this for you, because it's good. It really is good. But in a way, it's not good enough. You need to do. And
I know.
and I don't think I think I have a bit of a different opinion from everyone else. I don't think for everyone else, just wanting to do is going to be enough to convince them. I really want people to care about you, Kaori. I do. But they are more stubborn than I am. They have a backbone.
She looks back down at the ground. Yeah. I can't blame them for it. It is a little difficult and it is my fault, but I don't know, I guess maybe I don't know. I want to make that change, and I want to try as hard as I can. And I hope it does something. And she's having a really awful time because she doesn't want to self-deprecate to hell and back, but like, ooh.
I think she gets to a little bit.
She's holding herself back from saying, though, what if they still don't give a fuck? What if I try really hard and no one gives a fuck? Because that sounds so woe is me, and she doesn't want to pull that because she's her and because of the situation. She
Amnita leans back a little and props herself up on her arms while staring up. If no one comes to terms with you, just a little bit, I know that I can bat in your corner, because we've had this conversation, and I know. They won't know, but I'll know. And I think it'll make less of a difference because, as I just said, I have less of a backbone than everyone else. But I think at least having one person stand up for you and doing it so wholeheartedly, it wouldn't change at least one person's mind, and then change another's, and then change another's. And with that, you will continue to progress, and you'll just be doing it on your own.
She looks in Amnita's direction, but can't look at her.
Oh.
Not because she doesn't take it sincerely, but she's just really, really struggling with what she just said.
Oh.
Right? like it got me, it gets to get her too.
Yay.
I I I really do appreciate that, Amnita. I I mean, even if we aren't best friends by the end of whatever it is that we're doing at this point now, since none of us know anymore, I still appreciate this.
Of course.
I could never see
Gary,
you again after this, and I'd still appreciate it.
I don't I know I've said some things that I quite frankly shouldn't have said to your face, but I don't hate you. I think you're as deserving as compassion and love and just anything warm as much as anyone else in the party. I wouldn't like to see you be outcast the way that you are. Especially not with what it seems to be that you're going through it. It just doesn't seem fair.
She almost looks away from Amnita, but she doesn't. And she just kind of nods. I can't say it enough, and I know it kind of sounds ridiculous to say it so much, but I do appreciate it. I wish I had more that I could say to convey things, but the easiest way I can put it is that I'm really glad that you came out tonight.
Hmm? I'm really glad that you decided to open up to me. Like you said, you wouldn't have done this before, so I'm just glad that you did.
She This time she does look back at the stars, and she doesn't really say much of anything else.
Hmm. Gary,
Yeah?
she turns her head to Gary, and she just smiles a little bit. Do you want to be my
Oh,
friend?
oh. Give me a minute. You're so evil. You're so evil.
Am I?
She looks over, and she's like really, really surprised by it. She's tearing up a little bit. Like she looks really, really shocked that she would say that. She just kind of sits there for a second, and then she like points at herself like, me? Me?
Oh my god.
Even after everything you me?
Yes. Yeah.
I do. I do. I do. I do.
Good.
I do. I do.
It's just a really big smile from Amnita.
Oh,
Even annoying little elf things deserve a friend sometimes.
you're sure?
We're having this conversation. I think everything that you said to me right now kind of constitutes us becoming friends.
It does?
I think so. You're not doing an awful thing with this connection stuff. You're getting good at it. Keep practicing.
She like um folds over a little bit and is laughing. But she's still kind of crying a little bit.
Oh, Gary.
I'm so stupid. I'm so ridiculously stupid. And you're not stupid. It's amazing.
Yay? Yay? Audible question mark.
It's a compliment. It is.
You know what? You might have to work on those a little bit.
It wasn't good? You don't think so?
It was, oh, a compliment. It was one.
But not a good one.
It was okay. Like I said, a little bit of practice. You'll be good. No time.
Okay. For the record, she's still looking at Amnita. She hasn't looked away this entire time.
Yay. I hope that everyone else in the party gets to shift their view on you, like I have just now. I hope they all get to see you as more than just how you presented yourself. This tiny, small, really annoying and immature elf. No offense, but like you're aware enough to know. I hope you have enough to say to them that makes them shift that opinion of you. I hope that happens.
She does look down again this time. And is like playing with her hands, and people are like, not like playing, but fucking around with her hands, I guess. I'm not sure if there's anything. This isn't an unwillingness for me. It's just a nervousness, I guess, maybe is what it is. That I won't be able to say anything good enough. But I can still try.
That's
She
good.
says that she says it like it's the most like surprising idea ever.
I think you're capable of it. You'll find you'll be doing a lot that you probably wouldn't think you're capable of. It kind of just comes with trying to find a stable sense of self after escaping that sort of thing.
She kind of looks back in the direction of Amnita, but she's not looking at her again like she was before, but she is facing her. I'm really glad that you think that. You didn't have to think it, but you do. Which is it's nice.
Someone needs to think it. Because otherwise, how are you ever going to be able to convince yourself that you really can be capable of that stuff? Everyone needs a little push sometimes. And that's why I asked if you had ever been shown any kind of compassion or something like that. If you've never been pushed by anybody a little, you would never know.
I guess I wouldn't. No, if I didn't. I don't know. I don't know what constitutes as compassion or not from other people. But maybe that in itself tells me something?
A little bit.
Maybe, well, I won't say that everyone was made that way, although I think some of the elves and I was around were a little. She like pauses. Like the orange one. she pauses. Like a big pause. And then she looks away. Amnita?
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you that I had thought, I don't know if it's ever actually true or not, I had thought that I lived with my parents. I mean, I clearly didn't technically have them, because she gestures and then like pauses. Do you think I can pull this off? I won't try. But the point is, I thought I lived with my parents for a short amount of time. until I didn't. And then I lived with my relatives. And my relatives, I won't say much about it. I'm sure you'll never meet them. In fact, I really hope no one else does. I don't want to meet them. I don't want to fault that and say that's the cause of everything. Woe is me. But is it okay to look at it a little bit and see it as a cause? Am I allowed to do that?
She does she just laugh a little bit. Oh, yes. Oh my god, yes. It is okay. It really is okay.
It is?
It is, yeah. I look back at my time with my relatives, and I blame a lot of that for how I am. Because it messes with you quite a bit.
I know I said I would change, but I mean, I guess you're just proof enough that it's possible. Sometimes I feel like it isn't.
Oh, you'll feel like that a lot. It gets really hard sometimes, and you have to wonder, am I really exactly what I was supposed to be? Am I capable of changing? Is that something I can even do? Because I wasn't brought up to think any differently. Why should I be able to think any differently now? But
Yeah.
I do. I would like to at least believe it's okay and that it's possible.
You know, I think I convinced myself. Partially. Partially. I won't say that it's the whole reasoning. I think part of the reasoning is just because I've been an asshole. But I think I partially convinced myself that I couldn't change at all. That I was exactly. It was cyclical, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I was made to be that way. I mean, I was made in general, but it's a stupid thing to think, isn't it? It's really stupid.
I don't I don't think so. I don't think it's stupid, no.
Well, I mean, it's a. I'm not sure how to word it. It's just a. You idiot! Why would you think that? You know?
Oh. You know what? I get it. I stand by what I said. I don't think it's all that stupid. Sometimes you just think the wrong way, and that's not a bad thing. It's just something to work on. Because at least you have people around you that will pretty firmly tell you now that you're thinking stupidly.
Yeah, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. I guess so. I so with the I guess so. It's kind of like a yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're right here. Funny.
Funny how that works.
Wow, it's like there's someone telling me that right now.
You're allowed to need guidance, Kaori. It's okay. Everybody needs a little bit of help.
Even when I'm an old lady. That wasn't a genuine question. She was being annoying when she said that.
Oh, I mean, I guess I would if the old lady stops being a little annoying.
She looks. Was that annoying? Like that question itself. Was that?
You know what? No, it was funny. I found it funny.
It was meant to be funny.
You did it! Yay! Like just as a hand in the motion of like waving a flag. It's like, yay, Kaori, you did it. Now just do that all the time with everyone.
She kind of like fiddles around. She's not sure how to ask this because she feels selfish for asking it. If if I make a mistake, will will you? She like gestures. She gestures.
Do, do you mean, do you want me to tell you if you make a mistake?
She kind of like points at her. Yeah, yeah, yep.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. How else will you figure it out, I guess? I can do that.
She smiles. Ooh.